Okay, sorry about this technical glitch. First thing in the morning, occasionally happens. Need to get my PC taken apart and all the dog hair removed. That's basically what I need to do. I think that's what's causing it. But we seem to be back, at least. Dog is snoring. It isn't me. That much I swear. And let's get the music back. Well, it's a good job I wasn't in the middle of a trade when that happened. That could have been problematic. Not something that you want to see. Not something that you want to. There's nothing moving right now. Still nothing moving. SDIG is probably the only thing that is moving. I've got to delete all these from my watch list. Put the market up there. Well, I'll put some more on there. Right, where's my watch list? We're good to go. One exception, I want to leave this up here. There we go. And I think we're good to go now. So, you're still losing the signal? Ian? Unfortunately, it's kind of a quiet stream this morning. Not that that really makes a big difference. Nothing moving with any kind of volume or volatility. Let's just be waiting, guys. I guess it's just being patient. We just need to be patient now. Yeah, the whole thing is. It should be. I lost the connection. Is that what it is? Nothing's updating right now. A second, I'll just reload the stream. Right, I'm having a couple of issues technically here, so just give me a moment and I'll be back at it. There we go, found out the problem. There we go, fixed. That should be fixed. Let me know if you're still having issues on the stream. Don't you just hate it when the gremlins come around? Right, there we go. And Mara, put Riot up there for now. And I'll put SDIG there. Got AMC on there as well. So we've got 3 crypto stocks on the watch list on the stream. So that's kind of what we're looking at the moment. Good morning, Quarter Roll. It's a quiet morning, guys. Very quiet morning. Very little moving at all, if anything. Got Netflix, had good earnings yesterday. We've got Tesla's got earnings after hours today. Let me know in the chat. Do you want me to do a power hour stream this evening, then continue it on for the Tesla call? Is that something you will be interested in? Thanks, Matty. All these technical problems, you wouldn't think I was an engineer, would you? S&P 500's down on the day at the moment, slightly, 0.25%. 1/4% is actually quite. It doesn't seem so big based on the big moves that we made yesterday, but it's actually quite a big move. Pre-market it was actually up about 1/4%, and it's it had a bit of a sell-off just before 7 o'clock market time. So let's see. Are you bullish or bearish on the market, guys? Doesn't Micron have? What Micron had? Is it earnings today? It's today, isn't it? Oh, no. Micron was yesterday. Micron was yesterday. We've got Abbott, Nasdaq this morning. Tesla, United Airlines, Equifax this evening. Tesla's really the big one. This is my Micron right now, and Micron is at 62.19. Isn't that what the code in Monsters Inc? 62.19? Let me know in the chat. Is that the code in the Monsters Inc when someone's been touched by a human? She's a snort. You forgot the Z's there, quarter roll. She's a snoring teddy bear. No, algo trading doesn't work because it's algo trading is looking for algorithmic trading tends to look for it takes historical data, so it uses lagging indicators, so it just doesn't work. So yes, I'm looking at certain criteria being met, but I'm looking for what a lot of the automated programs are doing. Machines are not great at spotting patterns, particularly geometric patterns in the movement. So we're looking on a graph and we're seeing geometric patterns, and it's not just me that's doing it. There's literally millions of people around the world are spotting these same patterns and trading these same patterns, and that's what makes them work. And that's why you follow the volume, because that's what makes them work. Whilst algorithmic trading makes up about 2/3 or almost 3/4 of the volume of the stock market transactions on any given day, it tends to be high frequency trading, as opposed to the algo bots that you subscribe in for 50 quid a month or whatever it is, that just don't work. These algorithmic traders are based on back testing against certain lagging indicators like such as moving average crossovers and things like that. And I've yet to find a trading bot that works, quite simply. The best I've seen is kind of a break even. And trust me, when I first got into trading, I tried the shortcuts. There's no shortcuts into trading. That's the bottom line. You've got the AI being used by the financial institutions, the hedge funds, the banks, etc. That's being used as part of that high frequency trading. So that AI will make decisions on when to buy and when not to buy. People are still programming it and still putting their orders in with it, but most algorithmic traders, and you'll see them all with WhatsApp numbers and Telegram addresses and things like that. There's a reason for that. It's because most of them are scams. Algo traders just don't work. And if you think they do, prove me wrong. Show me one that works. All kinds of indicator strategies that you can use. And whilst when you backtest them, they'll always work because the algorithm is done on backtest data. But when it comes to the real world, you'll lose money. The problem with trying to build a trading bot, an algorithm, is it does work on lagging data. And if it works on lagging data, it's going to then try to predict the market action. And you can't do that. The market can be completely irrational and do the exact opposite of what you expect it to. The point being is one of the reasons that discipline is essential and risk management is essential for profitable trading is because for pattern breakouts, which is what I'm doing, very often you'll get faked out. You need to cut your loss when you get faked out. So if you're giving it a 10-cent risk on a particular trade, and I'm just using round numbers here. So if you give it 10 cents risk and you get in for the breakout, it moves 2 cents up because you're looking to make 20, 2-to-1 profit loss ratio. So you give it a 10-cent risk to make 20. You get in, it moves 2 cents up and then completely fakes you out and then goes again and stops you out at 10 cents. If you do that 5 times, you've lost 50 cents on, let's say you're taking 1,000 shares, you've lost $500. But then you get your next trade number 6, not only do you make your 20 cents, but it goes on and it rallies for 50 cents. So you've actually made your gains and back and then some. So and the algorithms won't do that. They won't have the risk management in there when you get faked out. They will enter the position or when it meets certain criteria, but it won't have the risk management factors in there. It ends up, you'll end up losing money with the algo traders. But if you develop a profitable algorithmic trader, then let me know because I'd be interested. I've looked at lots of them and I've yet to see a profitable one. You can backtest it, but show me in real time. Show me the gains. Don't show me the backtested results, because what tends to happen is you tweak the algorithm to meet the backtesting results, the lagging indicators, and you keep tweaking it until it's right, and then you try and release it into the real world. It's like, hang on a minute, it was 95% effective when I backtested it, or like 300 times or whatever it was, 3,000 times. It was 95% effective. And you release it into the world and you're wondering why it's only 45% effective. It'll up and down, Scott. That's my opinion. I think the SPY will up and down, but it will rally today. I think we'll have another green day overall. I don't think it'll be as big a green day as yesterday, but I think we've got a bit of a gap to fill here. Between kind of 14, oh, it's on Mara. I was looking at the SPY. Okay, so we've got you look at that, the SPY on the daily. You know what I'm like with my patterns, and you tend to find that the higher the time frame, the more reliable the pattern. What have we got here? Anybody? Bueller? Anybody? What have we got here on the daily? We've got a lovely double bottom. And double bottoms tend to break upwards, and we've got a bit of a gap to fill here as well. So potentially we've got move to fill. The nature abhors a vacuum. So this gap fill here between, we've got to find. The market likes to fill gaps. So we've got this gap to fill up to 401. So that's why I think potentially we're going to get another rally today. We won't fill it today, but I think we'll get another rally today, and then once we get to about 401, 402, 405 even, then we'll start selling back off again. But this double bottom, I like the look of this double bottom here on the daily. It's not an M pattern, it's a W pattern. It would have been an M pattern if we hadn't had this move up. There's it's not quite an M pattern got the M pattern, but you didn't get the follow through there for the double top. So you potentially double top there, but you didn't get the follow through. So that pattern broke when we got this gap up here. Now we've got a double bottom, which potentially is a move up. I mean, again, this is the thing with patterns. It's all subjective. I mean, we had a double bottom here, the W shape here, and it moved up before then selling off. So SDIG now, let's have a quick look. Very choppy at the moment. So it's still moving up. We're still in an upwards trend. It's above the VWAP, so it's in an upwards trend, but it's a bit choppy. 278. How much do I think it'll come down today before it rallies? Well, it's down right now. Well, just down slightly. It's on its way back up. So 391. We seem to be finding support around 391 on the SPY. So 390, 50 maybe, but it's put 392. We're going to be finding support at 391. If we can go green on the day, we might actually open the day green. We've got 35 minutes before the bell. There's nothing moving. We've got crypto mining stocks being pretty much the only thing with volatility at the moment, with significant volatility and volume to back it up. Nothing else moving. So right now, based on the way the market's looking, it's going to be a zero trade day for me. Unfortunately, I need to see some movement. Did we not look at IPG earlier, Ian? IPG is up at 30.52 into public group, and no volume. It's not doing anything. 16,000 shares traded all session, so it's not doing anything. There's no trade there right now. It needs volume. There's literally nobody trading it. Workhorse. I don't think workhorse. 350s moving up. What's the catalyst? Is there a catalyst? Yeah, I need to replace the scanners. Let's go to the movers. The workhorse. It just dropped some news. USPS plans to buy additional 34,000 commercial available off-the-shelf vehicles. Oh. Okay. Interesting news bites. Workhorse moving up. Currently 10% up on the day. Needs to sustain. And a bit of resistance up at the $0.50. Built seems to be getting some volume, but not a lot of volatility. We need both. If there's no volatility, there's no gains to be made, and if there's no volume, the moves aren't reliable. So we need both volatility and volume. One without the other is pretty useless. Can I look at UNH? Certainly can. UNH, no volume at the moment. So United Health, it's currently 529, so slightly down on the day, almost a whole percentage on the day. United Health, but there's nobody trading it at the moment. There's been 230,000 shares traded all session, so there's no volume at the moment. You need volume for it from an intraday trading perspective, but this is not something that I would trade intraday anyway. This is something that you would probably look more of a swing trade, or even if you like the company, maybe value investing for the long term. But it is one of the pricier stocks. So at 529, you need deep pockets to day trade it. That's for sure. No, if there's no volume, it means there's no price action. There's very little price action. No volume means nobody's trading it. Volume is the amount of shares being traded in any given time frame. So that's what volume is. So we're looking at volume is at the moment across the whole day today, we've had 230,000 shares traded on United Health. So the majority of if you're looking on the 1 minute, on the 2 minute time frame here, there's nobody trading. If you're looking at on the 1 minute, you can see we had a little bit of action there. That would have been at after hours yesterday. There's just nobody trading it right now. Micron. Had a look at this again. Micron's low volume at the moment. It's even less shares traded. It's down at 62.16. Slightly down on the day. 0.4% down on the day at the moment. Tends to follow the market, does Micron in most cases, or MU. But again, we're going to need the pre-market trading. You've got to understand it's a lot lower volume. You can get good volatility pre-market, but it's on low volume, so the liquidity is less. BlackRock. All right, okay, doesn't seem to be much trade with BlackRock either. 422 shares traded, so not a lot of shares traded with BlackRock at the moment. Marathon Digital, back to Marathon Digital, 1362. I don't know about people avoiding trading. I think it's probably going to be a quiet day. The volume's just dropped out of the market this last let's say 3 weeks. We're getting occasional days where we get an increase, but it's on the whole the volume's a lot less. We're still getting some individual stocks that have got good relative volume and good movement, but it's becoming less and less. It's few and far between at the moment. No, she's not. Would you like a treat, Miyako? Want some duck fillets? There you go. No wonder you're fat. No, you might be floofy, but you're also fat. And blame Matt because he's the treat master. Come on, fatty. You want it? You can get it. There you go. Good girl. I'm allowed to call her fatty. I'm not body shaming her. I'm allowed to. Before anybody gets offended. And you know what? If you get offended, screw you. I don't care. Nothing happens if you get offended. I do options, but I've not got any at the moment. I do trade options, and I tend to trade options more when the market's a lot more bullish, and I will use options to trade higher cap stocks. You just get better leverage. I took options on Tesla back in May with expiry at the beginning of June, and it went up to my strike price. I got in the money and I didn't cash them in, didn't sell them, and then it sold off and it expired worthless. So go figure. So Tesla's earnings are out. The print is this evening. Tesla's earnings print will be after hours. Here's Tesla right now. It's slightly up on the day, but it moved up pretty much at 4 o'clock this morning, and then it's been selling off since. So it's coming back down. It's 737 and 50 cents. Workhorse seems to be getting a little bit of volume in. Again, it's not great, but what are you going to do? Schmidt Industries just popped up on very low volume. It's just nothing moving today, guys. Nothing at all. I mean, there's movement, but you can't trade it because there's no volume. It's not reliable movement. You want to be, if you're going to be trading, you want to have a bit of an edge. Don't want to be taking poor setup, because it becomes, the more you do that, the more it becomes akin to gambling. You're just hoping that it's going to go in your direction, as opposed to having all of the stars align. And if you've got all the criteria for a good trade, wait for the A+ setups and trade those. That way you'll make money instead of losing money and then having to trade your way out of a hole. And I'm the worst one for that. I'm often finding myself taking trades I shouldn't be taking because they're not quite right for the setup, and then it goes against me, and I kind of kick myself for taking the trade in the first place, and have to trade my way out of a hole. I'm always doing that. Yeah, we've just been talking about tough build. There you go. Like I say, 325,000 shares traded for tough build. It's not great volume right now. And this was up to $20 back in April, after they did a reverse stock split. Been selling off since. Cheers, Vizzy. Not traded anything today. There's been nothing for me to trade. There's been nothing set up to trade right now. I'm just flicking through the movers. What did we trade yesterday? Let's have a look at if any of those are worth watching for a continuation. No, that's not worth it. Cedar Space. It's held most of its gains from yesterday. look at this on the 15-minute, you'll see. So it had this pop-up yesterday on the news, bit of a quick pop-up, and then gains for the rest of the day, and it's held most of its gains. So see, the space could be worth watching. There's nothing else to put on the watch list at the moment, so I'm going to put these. If it's held its gains from yesterday, we might get a continuation. I'm not saying we will, but we might. I'm going to pop it on the list just in case. Let's have a look. AMC, where are you at the moment? So AMC is at 1640s, 1650s. Sold off yesterday. I'll wait to see if that turns around. Intelligent Living, recent IPO that's costing me money every time I try and trade it. Again, is this gonna? I'm not going to put that on the watch list. I'm going to stay away from that unless there's a clear, defined trend that it's following. Liquidia was the one yesterday that kind of got my attention. Why? Well, it was the catalyst at first. They had a court case, the patent infringement case, which they won, and then they just popped up on the back of that. Now, if you actually look at this on the daily, you can see there's a bit of a double bottom here, W shape. So there's potential, if we get back to the top of the W, it's like $6 to reach this resistance level here, this previously confirmed resistance level at $6. So potentially got the ability to get up there from kind of 527 at the moment. 75-cent move, that could be a good move. So I'm watching that. I'll put that on the list. Held most of its gains from yesterday. It's a big day. If I go back to the 15-minute, big day that it held its gains from yesterday. So I'm clutching at straws here for things to trade, but there's nothing else really to look at. Let's look at the energy stocks from yesterday. So Houston American held its gains. This moved up quite substantially, as did Indonesian Energy. Held its gains as well. So the energy stocks have held the gains from the move yesterday. US Energy, low volume yesterday, but it did make the moves up. But I think Indonesian Energy and Houston American are certainly worth keeping an eye on, given the state of play in the energy sector at the moment. Okay, so we'll keep an eye on some of those. It's worth. Well, I got 15 minutes to the bell. Well, 18 minutes to the bell. 17 in a bit. If you've got volatility without volume, young Raptor, then the breakouts are unreliable. If you've got volume but no volatility, there's no range to take advantage of in the price action. So you need volatility and you need volatility and volume. There's nothing to trade, and what I would say is, Matt's already said it, is don't take a boredom trade. If the market's stagnant like it is at the moment, and if it continues to be stagnant after the bell, then walk away. Just have a no trade day. The worst case scenario is if you don't trade today, you break even. You know, so if you trade across the whole day and you still break even, you think, oh well, I didn't lose anything. After commissions and charges, you actually did. But a legitimate break even day is a no trade day. And it's better than being red, better than taking a boredom trade and losing some money. So Cosmos Energy, it's another energy stock, had a good day yesterday. It's held most of its gains, so it's put 582s. It closed yesterday at 585, so could be worth watching. Had a really good move up from kind of 11 a.m. market time till just after lunch. This period is where I traded Mara yesterday, the Marathon Digital. at this period here. So a lot of stocks moved over that time. So again, we're looking for pre-market action, and in a cold market right now, which is what it is, in a hot market you get a lot of pre-market movers, but in a cold market you probably not so much. It's lower volume, lower liquidity, so in a cold market it's even going to be worse, so it's going to be exacerbated. I mean, if you're going to be trying to trade profitable, one trade a day is enough. If you wait patiently, and this is the thing, sitting at your desk, waiting patiently, checking the scanners, twiddling your thumbs even, get Tetris out on or Minecraft or Minesweeper or whatever it is. Get something out to keep you occupied while you're waiting for a trade to pop up. Just don't take the trade for the sake of taking a trade. Boredom trading is another road to ruin. Falls asleep so quickly, that dog. Excuse me. Yeah. Oh, snuffles and the sneezes today. Coughs and sneezels spread diseases. Nasdaq is slightly red. Russell Index slightly red. All the markets are down slightly. Low volatility markets at the moment. The VIX is under 25, which is an indicator that we're getting lower volatility. Fear index, they call that. I don't know. Is going to work an addiction, the big Mars? It depends how you view it. If you yeah, so as Matt says, if you approach it with a gambling mindset and you've got a gambling addiction, then you can get addicted to the stock market in the same way you can get addicted to playing poker or any other gambling, the horses or whatever. The idea, and that's one of the reasons people lose money. So if you're thinking of trading for a living, if you're thinking of trading as a potential career path, and it is a career, there's no shortcuts. First and foremost, you need to study, you need to learn how to trade, you need to learn about technical analysis, you need to learn how to read the charts, you need to learn how to plot moments of support and resistance on the charts, you need to look at windows of opportunity. On the back of that, you need to get a strategy and practice that strategy and build up your resilience in terms of the psychological and emotional elements of trading. You cannot approach the market as if it's a casino. You cannot bring a gambling mentality to trading. If you do, it will treat you as if it's a casino and take your money off you. Simple. 95% of people across all instruments, 95% of people that try day trading across all instruments lose money. They're never profitable. And 85% of all people that try day trading as a living give up after 2 years. That they cease trading within 2 years. Why is that? It's because, one, they have that gambling mindset and they don't approach they don't approach the market, and they don't give the markets the respect they deserve. They approach it with a gambling mindset, thinking it's a casino type mentality. Two, they have no strategy. They don't know what they're doing. As they come into the market with no strategy, no clue on how the market behaves, no clue as to how to identify areas of opportunity, no idea on what they're doing whatsoever. So, of course, they're going to lose money. So there's no strategy there for them. And probably one of the biggest things that they do and why they lose money is they don't manage risk. They're so concentrated and so focused in on what gains and profits can be made that they don't manage the risk. A profitable trader concentrates more on protecting his equity than he does on making profits, because he knows if he protects the equity, he will make profits by default. So those are the three main reasons. There are a number of other reasons from psychology and discipline and all this kind of stuff. But those are the three main reasons why people lose money. But you don't ask a bricklayer. So going back to your original question there, Big Mars, you don't say to your dentist when you go to the dentist if he's addicted to fillings. You know, is he addicted to putting fillings in? You don't, when you go to McDonald's, you don't ask the girl at the drive-thru at McDonald's if she's addicted to flipping burgers. It's a job. It's a career path. It can be a lucrative career path. But I'll tell you, the reason I started this stream is it's actually mentally taxing. The reason I started this stream, it's actually quite a very lonely career path, because it's you, your screens, and nobody else. And if you're doing that day after day, week after week, month after month, it has a severe mental impact. So you've got to factor that in as well. You need to get away, and this is one of the things. I'm trading pre-market. I'll trade an hour of the market, and more often than not, I will, regardless of whether I'm profitable or not, I'll go out and I'll walk around for an hour, get some fresh air, take the dog for a walk, because the mental impact of sitting here day after day on your own, the screens for company, it can be devastating. So you don't underestimate that from a mental health point of view. It's not a very good profession if you struggle with mental health issues. If you struggle with anxiety and depression or anything like that, I wouldn't recommend day trading at all, because it will just exacerbate those conditions. I think if you're making good money with it, if you're learning to be profitable, it can be exciting, but you've still got to manage the risk. And this is the problem with the emotions. The emotions can get involved, and if you don't manage your emotions, the emotional aspect effectively, having the emotions is fine. But if you don't manage the emotions effectively, then you'll end up losing money. You get caught in an algorithmic flush like I did a couple of weeks ago, and you end up holding it too long, and you get margin called. This popped up nice. This is Direct Digital. It's another crypto from, as far as I'm aware, another crypto mining stock. I'm just going to see if it's got a catalyst. Direct Digital Holdings platform Colossus SSP reports 540% year-over-year revenue growth. That's why it's moving up. Just dropped, news just dropped. The growth of their Colossus SSP platform reflects strong results generated from multicultural and general market publishers and leading brands. Don't chase it, wait for a safe entry. If it pops up like that, it's actually dangerous. A little bit of a pullback there. Got rejected at the $0.75, so now you can look for a potential entry. Actually, yeah, scanners, I'll do that. We've got 6 minutes to the bell, 6.5 minutes to the bell. High of this 1 minute or 2 minute candle is 62. So if you're getting 63, kind of the flag, this is your flagpole, a bit of a pullback, and then we're looking at potentially 63 as a that could be your entry. I'm not going to trade this. It's below the $3 minimum threshold that I have in my strategy. I did alter that in May, and it didn't go well for me. So here we go. There we go. Now we've just got first candle to make a new high there, 63. High is 64, so we'll get a bit of volume coming in and potentially get a breakout. But the VWAP followed it up very well as well, so got 50%, 72% on the day now. Up 50% in the last 5 minutes. Top mover on the day. It is. Well, that's where it's got rejected. So that's what if you might want to look for a break of the $0.25 for the move up to 3. Good relative volume as well. We're talking over 2 million shares traded. It normally on an average day. It normally only trades about 110,000 shares a day. So at the moment, we're trading more than that per minute. So it's good relative volume. Look at a longer time frame, certainly. 5-minute time frame, 15-minute time frame, daily time frame. I don't know what you're expecting to see from a longer time frame when it's just popped up and it's not really done much for such a long period. So look at it on the daily. The last time it was up at this level was back in May. It's not got form for having this kind of a big run though, that I can see. Maybe back in March it did a couple of times, and the other part of February. It's an IPO in February, I think. We're getting dated to February at least, anyway. Yeah, there definitely is. If you look at there's previous resistance up at kind of that 275 level, and this candle here went up to 279. This one was up to 268. So that $0.75 level is a proven resistance level before. We've had support here at 220 and resistance down at kind of 185. So check out the daily for even the hourly. Just check out the daily for support and resistance levels that you can work to. On the daily, no, that's not. I wouldn't say that's a cup and handle. There's an argument to say that because we didn't get the top of the cup here. So if we've got a bowl here and it moved up to an equivalent here and then the pullback, yes, cup and handle. But there's no. It doesn't quite fill that. So, and this is the same. You've not got this potentially could have been considered a cup and handle. You didn't get a breakout upwards either, just slightly. Where's the open now? Change the scanners over. I'm sure that scared the bejesus out of a lot of people, given how tranquil and quiet the market has been so far. I'm just going to watch the signals meter. See if anything starts moving. You want the break of the $0.75 here. And meeting resistance up at 270. There you go. Well, this is direct digital. Waiting for the scanners to update. Broke that resistance level. It's now trying to get above the whole dollar, which again is a very psychological level in trading. Watching Riot Mara sell off. AMC had a pop up towards 1670, didn't hold. SDIG sideways choppy. Let's have a look at what's moving now. But yeah, now see the space selling off. Netflix selling off. Wider markets selling off. Looking to break $3. We're now getting an opening range. High is 298. BVTL. Vertical airspace. Trying to make a move out of the blocks. Volume's not great though, so be careful. If you look at the volume, we're talking like 20-30 shares, 20-30,000 shares a minute. So ideally you want better volume than that. It's struggling up at 590. It's up 6%. This one's struggling to get over the $3 level. Trying. And a bit of a flat top forming there at $3. Got the upwick as well. These little hammer dojis are very bullish. They're quite a bullish candle. It is shortable, so once it starts looking exhausted or extended, then it's shortable. So trading halt, GSBC, trading halt, phase, FAZE. Spikes down. Seeing if this breaks the $3. This flat top is got to get over this little $1 wall. Top momentum stock at the moment. What's the catalyst? I'll read it directly for you. So, based on news, direct digital holdings platform Colossus SSP reports a 540% year-over-year revenue growth. That's the catalyst. Just broke $3. Take a position there. Very, very tight risk. Now we've got the $1/4 to navigate. We've got to put the high of this candle is on the 5 minutes 320. So we've got get past 320 now. Not huge amounts of historical resistance at these levels. It needs to hold $3 as a support, then move up. No problem, Reach. Just holding 5,000 shares through this consolidation. Either get out for a small profit, or we can hold with a view to it potentially moving back up, breaking highs. Right now, I'm thinking the former. We're in at 307. Current on the ask is 311. Just going to put a 10-cent stop in there at $3. Stop at $3, just on the whole dollar, just in case. Yeah, I can see Mara and Riot, Marathon Digital and Riot Blockchain had a sell-off straight after the bell, and then they're rallying now, so they're moving up now. I think you're going to get that with quite a few crypto mining stocks. I'm just going to tighten this risk here, so I'm just putting I'm just giving it a 2-cent risk now. put the stop at 305. I'm kind of getting bored of this consolidation. Let's have a look at some of the other stocks. So this is Marathon Digital. You can see that we had this initial sell-off at the bell, and then a bounce, so quick dip and rip, as they say. Look potentially for a break of $14 on Marathon Digital for the move back up. Riot looking at 743. Tesla, similar movements. Netflix selling off. What's the wider market doing? The wider market's having a bit of a rally, had the dip and rip, but also was quick sell at the open for a couple of minutes, and then a bit of a rally. So it's now green on the day. That's the S&P500. The Nasdaq is also green, quite considerably green. The Nasdaq is almost 0.5% green. The Russell index is 0.5% green. This is a small cap index, so the markets are looking bullish. I got stopped out here, so we lost 100 bucks in this consolidation. So I'm not too worried about that. Again, we've got the potential flat top forming up here around 315. Direct Digital. Come back to that later. It's not as clean. The movement isn't as clean as I really want for day trading, which is why I put a very tight stop on that. So Liquidia. I did say Liquidia. I'm looking for Liquidia to move up to $6. It went up to 560 on the back of yesterday's. It's just, if you look at the 5-minute chart, and I'll zoom out. See how it's just sideways at the moment, sideways chop. So it needs to get above 550 and hold, I would say. It's just sideways chop at the moment. Applied moved up well. Similar movement to Marathon Digital and Riot Blockchain, but just a little bit more percentage gain. Lower price stock. If you like a lower price stock, then Applied Blockchain could be of interest to you, in line with the rest of the crypto mining sector. Roblox having a good time. Sure, just pulling back off the highs. So nice little flagpole for a flag to form. So look for a potential bull flag breakout there on Roblox. We've got pulling back a little bit pulling back to the VWAP. It needs to bounce at the VWAP. See a bounce here at the VWAP. The VWAP is 86. Tilray always has volume after the bell. Question is how much? So 4 million, nearly 5 million shares traded on Tilray. It's moving up nicely. 5% up on the day. So since the bell, it's moved 5%. Is there a catalyst on this? Do you know, James? Any particular news catalyst? I've not looked. Let me know if there is. Have they won any contracts or anything to prompt that move? SDIG moving up. So this is Stronghold Digital Mining. Again, another crypto mining stock about to break highs. 285, that's the key level. Current high of day is 288. It's about to break, just broke highs, or just equaled highs, pre-market high. So this is Stronghold Digital. If it breaks 288, it's got a potential to run. There we go. Just broke the pre-market highs, which that's basically looking very strong. It's looking very bullish. But Stronghold Digital. Marathon and Riot are pulling back some. We've got a bounce there at the VWAP on Direct Digital. We got rejected at $3. We've got a 10-cent range here now between the VWAP, but well, 13-cent range, 286.5 and $3. It struggled to get over $3 previously here, if you recall. So I'm a little bit conscious that if we get a flat top here, there's a bit of a shoulder head shoulder type setup here, so it needs to break $3, otherwise it could flush down. Only 2.8 million float as well, so given how much 2.8 million shares in the float, it's already traded nearly 20 million shares today. It's Direct Digital, so it's almost 10 times recycled its float, and we're only 15 minutes into the market. Just did look at SDIG, but sound of fun, no problem at all. So 290s. Stronghold Digital breaking highs up at 290s. Back to Direct Digital. AXP. I'll take a look. No, it's low volume. Look at the volume histogram. There's nothing going on there. You're not even getting 15,000 shares a minute. So AXP, American Express, there's just no volume there trading it. Probably one of those that you either swing trade it or it's something you believe in long term. I wouldn't day trade that. Not enough volume. Okay, so it needs to hold the VWAP. Otherwise we could get a bit of a flush down. Head and shoulders is a typically bearish pattern. Okay, let's have a look at Tough Built for you, Ian. Again, here we've got a little bit reluctant to recommend anyone trading this. I don't make stock recommendations or stock picks. It's up at 370s right now. But right now I'm looking at this as a potential head and shoulders as well. So there's one shoulder where there's a head, there's another shoulder, which typically will break downwards. It's a loose one. It's on the 1 minute. It looks nothing like a head and shoulders on the 2 and 5 minutes, or the higher the time frame. It looks nothing like it. Just on the 1 minute, you're more likely to get a fake out on a 1 minute time frame than you will on a higher time frame. So that's fine, but it's not a lot of velocity with the moves. So I'm not trading that right now. SDIG pulling back from the highs. We're just riding the VWAP, it seems, here at the moment with Direct Digital. Mara having a heavy sell-off. Marathon Digital. Riot following suit. Tesla got earnings this afternoon after hours and having a bit of a sell-off. So, wider market struggling to just quite choppy at the moment. If you look at this, it's quite choppy. It's up and down, up and down. It's not holding any particular trend. Netflix sell off at the open. Got a lovely double bottom though. Beautiful double bottom. Need to break this 205. Break 206 and you could get a nice little run there from Netflix. Well, it's just hugging that green line tactical. Right now it's selling off, it's gone red again. So like I say, it's very choppy at the moment. Very choppy indeed. SDIG breaking highs again. Trying to. Key level up there at 310s, 315. That's 390s. We're getting quite a lot of stocks in this price range that are actually making moves. Gaia Technologies initial offering. It's just an SEC form. I can see. Form F. Not really something. Halted on the circuit break, halted up, but I'm seeing it gapping up as well. Potential resumption of 412 is what I'm seeing. It's filed a Form F. I don't see any other catalyst. It's a big float as well. Probably not something I'm going to be trading. SDIG moving up again, trying to. We got faked out on this one before, so watch for it on a higher time frame. If you get faked out on the lower time frame, watch for a higher time frame. So potentially, I'm looking at the 2-minute, and the high on the last candle on the 2-minute is 340. We're getting this pullback, a bit of consolidation. Direct Digital finally did break the VWAP. So that's looking a lot weaker than it was to start off with. SDIG needs to get over 312 again. What else have we got? How's crypto looking right now? Need to open my trading view. Bitcoin 23,800, nearly 23,900. So Bitcoin's on the way up again. Looking strong. The crypto sector is looking strong. Which Stronghold Digital Mining is one of. Direct is it's testing $3 again. Direct Digital. That was a terribly slow fill. I believe I didn't. Mind you, I got filled pretty much at the same time I got filled last time. Same place I got filled last time. But that was a horrible fill. And Marathon Digital's just gone red on the day. Riot Blockchain's not far behind, which is kind of strange considering Bitcoin is having a good day. Could do with a glass of water. Someone get me a drink. Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind it tapping 24 and then consolidating and then moving back up and break. And like to see before the weekend. I'd like to see Bitcoin break 25k. That would be a nice sign. Not saying that that's going to happen. I'm just saying that's what I'd like to see happen. But an uptake in volume for the break of $3, but it didn't follow through. Expecting a little bit more from that. See if we can do it on the on this next run. Gaia Tech altered up. It absolutely is, but that's trading. Unfortunately, Reach, that is the life of a trader. If you expect it to be exciting and a lot of movement, most of the time it's boring. Most of the time you're actually sat twiddling your thumbs waiting for something to present itself as a trade. That's the life of a trader. It's a boring lifestyle. So people thinking it's glamorous, it's not. It really isn't. Yes, if you can make decent money and then you can have a glamorous lifestyle on the back of the gains if you're making decent money. But most people don't make money. Most people lose money. If you want to learn how to make money, I can teach you. But for those in the chat that are wondering, that's part and parcel of what this stream is about. Just watch what I'm doing, listen to what I'm saying, and you can learn. Have a strategy. Be disciplined. 5 cents down at the moment on the ask. This is the market today. As it stands at the moment, this is the market. It's kind of stagnant sideways. And Direct Digital did have a move up, but this consolidation on the 5-minute, the flag is still not broken. It's get over 310, and we potentially could. The high of this candle on the 5 is 310. So if we get over 310, it might make another run. It's not looking favorable. The volume is a lot lower than it was to start off with. Out of the blocks, out of at the bell. Getting gradually lower. How long would you say it can take for it to learn from zero? It's a good question. To be a successful trader, it depends on how long's a piece of string. It really depends on your aptitude for learning and how you learn. Some people learn from the practical, from actually practicing, and I recommend that for anybody practicing a simulator before you put real money on the line. But it takes time to do that. Some people pick it up really quickly. So Alistair picked it up really quickly. From signing up for my course, to actually consistently starting to make profits, it's taken him about 3 months. Now, he was watching me on live streaming for about a couple of months before that as well. Other people are now getting consistent. I'll get out there. Brought the view up. Are getting consistent gains as well after taking the course. Some people have been on the course for a couple of months and they haven't made a profit across a week yet. It takes time. What I would say is one of the key points is I can teach you the methodologies. I give no guarantees of profitability because it's all down to personal aptitude. I can teach you the methodologies. I can give you the knowledge. What I can't do is I can't trade for you. I can't control your emotions. When there's real money on the line, it becomes a lot more emotional. So you've got to learn, and this is why I say practice in a simulator for 3 months before putting money on the line. Most people are a little bit more impatient and they say, okay, well, I've gone through the course. It takes probably a week to 2 weeks to go through all of the lessons on the course. Can you digest it in that time? Maybe. If not, then we can certainly take a look. So Pagaya's resumed a higher. I saw it resuming at 414, actually resumed at 440. The volatility on Pagaya is huge, considering there isn't really a significant catalyst. Go figure. Lack of catalyst here is concerning. Could it be P and D? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Well, there you go, Reach. I hope you're learning stuff. And the pump and dump, possibly. If it is, watch it come down now. Extremely volatile. It's a recent IPO in June. So absolutely, don't rush your trades. Don't jump in for boredom or anything like that. Just be cool and calm. I'm exactly at where I was right now. I'm at where I finished the stream yesterday, and then Cedar Space just at the end of the stream. Cedar Space started to move. So this is very pump and dumpish look about it. Well, direct digital not really doing much. Sideways, so not trading that now. Oh, Liquidia, how did you do? Not a lot. Cedar Space from yesterday. Ooh, have a look at this on the 2 minute. Got the potential double bottom formation there. It's a bit messy though, so I'm just going to leave that to see if it gets green. If it does get green, potentially break $4. Might be interested in trading that later. Marathon Digital. It's green. Who's asking about Marathon Digital? Do you see Mara going green today? It is green. It's at $13. Actually, that's for you, Scott. Okay. Netflix and bouncing on the green line. Nasdaq's gone green. Well, it stayed green. Had that move up. Didn't actually go red. Russell bouncing on the green line. Russell Index. Dow Jones just sold off. But it's funny how the markets typically would trade in tandem, but today they're not. The S&P500 is selling off. It's gone red again. It's sideways chop. It's not big red. It's sideways. It's been up. It's down. It's like a range of a 0.25%. Not seeing huge movers. This definitely has pump and dump vibes about it. Gaia Technologies. There's not a lot of volume. When it's 1.7 million, yes. Which is 10 times what it normally does. Majority of them are in this this one candle. So 500,000 shares in this candle. So let's see what else moves. Applied blockchain is moving nicely. It's up at 290s, breaking highs. So we filled the gap on the daily. So we've got another move. Next resistance level is 330. Next key resistance level is 330. Of course, we've got the psychological level of $3 here. Roblox is too big to be pump and dump. Float's too big. Take a look at the action now. It does have pump and dump vibes about it, though. I'll give you that. But it's too big a float to pump. That's a horrible chart. That really is. I mean, let's have a quick look. See if there's a catalyst. There's a news catalyst just dropped. It moved up. Roblox. Have a quick look at you. Any news just dropped on Roblox? Yesterday's news. Nothing today. But it's a 360 million share float, so it's not going to be manipulated. You get the pump and dumps with the micro float stocks. You know, the 750,000 shares, 1.5 million shares, 2 million shares, that kind of thing. That's where you get the real pump and dump manipulation. You're not going to get it on a Roblox, which is kind of nearly 400 million shares. It's just too big. Okay. But that's a strange, it is a strange movement, it's a strange chart. But if you look at the S&P 500 on the same time frame, it sold off at the same time. Whether it's, that's a similar chart, similar looking chart, a little bit of a extend. This is the Nasdaq, so Roblox was probably on the Nasdaq. It's moved with the Nasdaq, just an exaggerated move. Direct Digital back up over 100%. Try testing $3 again. So it needs to break 310. me. On the 5 minute, still got this flag formation on the 5 minute. See if we can't get a little bit on this for the move up to 310. Will we finally get a break here? $89 is the VWAP. Yeah, there's certainly volatility in the market. The question is the volatility happening with good volume and you know, reliable volume? That's the problem. We're getting some good moves on relatively low volume, and then the volume comes in later during the consolidation phase, and we're not getting the move. So we want the volatility and the volume at the same time. Excuse me. So Mazin, you're asking what's the catalyst for Direct Digital. So Direct Digital have a digital platform that's reported 540% year-over-year growth. That dropped about 10 minutes before the market opened, that news. Yeah, about 10-15 minutes before the market opened. What could low volume, big price movements mean? It means that people are prepared to trade it at big differences in price. That's all it means. But it's low liquidity. This, right, okay, you faked me out. You faked me out 3 times now. They pretty much are identical. So it depends on, you'll make more money with Marathon Digital if you've got more money to spend, because the range in the moves is bigger if you're taking the same amount of shares. However, it's going to cost you more. So if you've got depends on your bank balance, basically depends on your equity position. If you've got a small account, then Riot Blockchain is probably a better option. If you've got a larger account, you go for Marathon Digital, or you could trade them both. It's up to you. But Marathon Digital is substantially more expensive than Riot Blockchain, even though the movements are pretty much the same. So if you take, take 5,000 shares of Riot Blockchain versus 5,000 shares of Marathon Digital, you can lose or gain this a lot more with Marathon Digital, because the range on the movement on the price action is bigger, but it's going to cost you a lot more to enter that position in the first place. What about Sega? It's not doing a lot today. 2% up on the day today. Got a double bottom there, but it seems to have already paid off. If you were in that double bottom, you could have got paid off, but it's not great volume. Hey Alistair, hope you're enjoying Spain more than I'm enjoying this choppy, sideways, stagnant market. I've been faked out by this this particular stock 3 times already today. Got in 3 times. The break of $3, and it's not followed through. Need to open that door, it's getting warm in here. Getting the support level here at 280. Don't really want to hold it down to 280, but 285 I've already hit. I don't trade gold. I don't trade commodities at all. I don't trade commodities or derivatives, so you won't catch me trading the market or futures. You won't catch me trading commodities. You won't catch me trading ETFs. But to trade the instrument themselves that make up the derivatives. And commodities, you don't get the volatility in commodities that you would in equities. This is not moving at all, so I don't know why people try and jump into it. They don't even engage you before they try it. They just try and jump in and share your live stream. You're like, come on, have a little bit of manners. If you want to, you know, go join my live stream and co-host with me, at least message me. You know, at least just let me know who you are or what your stream's about, because you know, this stream isn't about, you know, teenagers shaking the back end, which most of these live streams tend to be about. On the 5 minute, this flag is still setting up quite nicely for a breakout. Just needs to break above $3. Needs to hold above 380. You can see this flagpole flag here. It's very on the 5 minute. Let's see if we can't draw a couple of the lines. Using the top of it, using the full wick. Okay, now I can look at that on a higher time frame. Yeah, we're getting a flat bottom narrowing pennant, so this will either break upwards or break downwards. I mean, that's stating the obvious, but it's more likely going to break downwards by the looks of it. What I'll do is I'll put a stop in place to protect me. Stop at 79, so got that flat bottom at 280. If it breaks below it, it'll stop me out. Okay, now decent numbers on the stream. Have I been? Yeah, that's a good question. Who wants to come to the Christmas party? You get to, I'll put some reindeers on the dog and you'll get to pet the dog. Okay, so I'm just going to move away from this for a second. Let's see what else is moving, if anything. Let's see. Okay, so it didn't just lose all its gains. The Gaia technology. It's not doing anything. Netflix. So Riot blockchain needs to. They both Riot and Mara need to get above the VWAP for me. To get above the VWAP, I might be interested in trading them again. But Liquidia has gone green on the day. Key level here at 560. Key level pre-market is a key level at the open, so 560 level here. What else is moving? Not a lot. Wide is steady gain. So this is looking a little bit like Marathon did yesterday in terms of the move. So applied blockchain might be worth looking at if you're trading the blockchain, the crypto market. SDIG breaking highs again, crypto market. So this is up at 325, breaking highs. This isn't great volume, but it's moved up well enough. Relatively low. It's lower volume. That's the thing. Rhythm Pharma. Rhythm Pharma's moved up steady. It's consolidating sideways right now. So that, unless you've got it on the radar, it's difficult to catch a lot of these early moves when they've not been doing anything, just sideways, low volume, pre-market. Then catch it at the bell. It's actually quite difficult to do if it moves up and then it just starts consolidating sideways. So we're just waiting for some further action, if you will, right now. Very low volume, moved up, but no trade there. Tough built underneath the VWAP right now. I did say with tough built, it looked like a potential head and shoulders. It's a bit messy head and shoulders. We got the second shoulder built there and then it sold off. So that was don't mind if I do say so, a reasonable call. Yeah, absolutely. So 560 is a key level for Liquidia. See the space, did nothing, been bouncing on the VWAP. The markets are all green again. Well, most of the markets are green again. So the S&P500 has just gone green over the last 5 minutes. Nasdaq's been green since the open, pretty much. Having a good day is the Nasdaq actually. Just broke pre-market highs. Russell Index, similar situation. Okay, well, this bullish activity on these markets, particularly the Russell Index, might lead to some bullish activity with some of these low float stocks. Such as Gaia breaking highs. So if you were in that consolidation looking for a breakout and the break above the VWAP, that was your entry. That was your call 450 break of the $0.50. Getting some volume coming in, half 400,000 shares a minute on Pagaya. This is a very volatile stock, so just be careful, guys. It needs to hold $5, but you're getting good moves in very short spaces of time. What's the spread on this? Just be wary of the spread. We're getting like anywhere between between 1 and 10 cents on the spreads. So spreads can be quite tricky to manage. IWM, Bill. Oh, the Russell Index is the IWN. It's the ETF that tracks the Russell Index. Let's have a look at Gaia again. That seems to be the one that's moving. Pull back. Didn't hold 5. Maybe we'll get a bounce on the VWAP. No problem. Well, we've got 3,000 likes. It's not a bad TikTok day. We could probably get over 4,000 likes before we finish the stream in 5 minutes. Still in direct digital just yet. It's just consolidated sideways. I'm still in this yet. I've got the stop at 279. I'm just looking for other things to trade right now. Okay. Just holding. I've got a stop set with why I'm not worried about watching direct digital. It's consolidating sideways. I've got a stop in place if it drops below 280, and it'll get me out. And if it runs, I'll see it on the screen anyway, because my P&L will turn green instead of red. So. This is Stronghold Digital, which is the second biggest gapper. Third biggest gapper. So we've got Direct Digital, Pagaya Technologies, then Stronghold Digital. So we've got some good movers today. We've got some good volume. We've got some good volatility. So there's no reason why I should not be making money. So we just got stopped out on Direct Digital. So we're 2,800 in the hole before we just end this stream. But like I said, there's no reason why we shouldn't be making money today. Riot Blockchain and Marathon Digital looking to move up slowly. Okay, so if you're on TikTok, I'll show you this. So this is me. I'll pull this across for people on YouTube, and so if you go into my profile, how you get there is up to you. You want to click on the link on my face, you want to be swiping left, or you want to stick me in the search button. But however you get there is up to you. You click on my profile, you get this link tree, a TikTok trader, you get a splash screen sometimes, and other times you don't. If you're on a mobile device, you might not get the splash screen. Go through anyway. If you do, come to my link tree. Okay, guys, and if you're on YouTube, you'll get all of these links in the description below, so go check them out. People wanting to know how I'm finding stocks as they move, what's alerting me to the movements, how do I know about a stock that I've never traded before? The answer is Benzinga. So it's the second link down, Benzinga. If you click on the Benzinga link, it'll bring you to Benzinga Pro, and you start a free trial. Now, this is Benzinga. All these scanners here are Benzinga. On the left of the screen on YouTube or Twitch, on the middle of the screen on TikTok. This is Benzinga scanners. This tells me what's moving, how much it's moving, why it's moving, how many people are trading it. So everything I need to actually make a decent day's trading, or to select my stocks to trade, and build my watch list and everything else. I've got signals, I've got news feed, I've got real-time news feed, signals in real time as well. I've got calendar and earnings, calendars for earnings and IPOs, everything that you need. So check this out for free, 14 days for free. If you do like it, then check out this code. If you want to subscribe to it, DTWT35, you get 35% off. I get a little bit of a kickback, I'll be honest, but you get 35% off. You want to learn how to trade? I'll teach you directly. Check out the course. There's a few people in the stream already on the course that are learning. Some people are profitable, some are still learning how to be profitable. No guarantees of profitability, but the full curriculum is here, so check that out. There's over 20 hours of recorded lecture material there. There's a whole bunch of best-selling trading books and investing books and reading material. It's 150 bucks a month. Before you come at me to say that's expensive, why do you need that? Well, two reasons I'm charging for it. One is to keep the riffraff out. We don't want it's snooze in there, causing trouble for if it was free. And if you can't afford 150 bucks a month, then quite frankly, you can't afford to trade. So it's not aimed at you. And no disrespect intended, but it's not aimed at people that can't afford 150 bucks a month. Despite what some gurus or whatever might tell you on TikTok, trading is not a cheap option. It's not a get rich quick. It does cost money to trade. If you keep scrolling down there, you'll see my P&L. Oh, I've not looked. I've got to upload my May and June P&L, but I'll do that today. That's the day trade with Tony. Back to the thing. TraderView. If you want to look at TraderView or TradingView, I think it's up here. TraderView, not to be confused with TradingView. These are my stats for July before today. So currently, after yesterday, $45,000 in trade profit. Average daily gain is just over $4,000. We're a little bit behind where we want to be. We want to be $5,000 averaging per day, and we'll probably be about 4,500 on the year at the moment as an average. TraderView is great. It gives you all these kind of statistics you can look at right now. For July, 97,000 in gains, 52,000 in losses. So I'm not quite 2 to 1 there. My accuracy is great. It's probably the best in terms of accuracy. One of the best months I've had. 85% win rate, which is really, really good. My P&L curve here is not great. It's a bit of a skew whiff, but anybody that's got a straight P&L, you better view it with suspicion. You're never going to have all green days. If I go back to the overview on the calendar and I clear that out, you can see what I'm talking about. So this is 2022. I've not had a single month where it's been all green days. You're always going to get red days. You're always going to get days where you finish red. I had a little bit more red in May than I would have liked. June was a really good month, and July at the moment, as it stands before today, we've had 3 red days in July. So I'd like to keep that 3, but we'll see. So yeah, check out the link tree, the rest of the Dash Trader. So for questions, Dash Trader is the platform that I use to trade. If you're wondering what that is, if you want to reach me directly, send me an email or DM me on my socials. They're all listed up here as well. So with that being said, I'm going to close the stream and away we go. I've got a dog to walk and take a break. But I'll see you guys later. Why is this not moving? There we go. Well, I'll walk the dog and I'll come back later. Catch you later, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day.